Hello folks, welcome along to A Taste of Country with Lucia. I have got a special guest here with me, Brendan Quinn. Hello Brendan, welcome along.
Hi Lucia, it's very nice to be here. It's good to be in North London again. And we're playing tonight at the Trent Park Golf Club. Quite a good venue, and I like playing here, and the people are very nice, so they are.
They are indeed. And Brendan, I know you couldn't come into the studio with me and you're a flying visit, but maybe one time you're over, you'll come in for a live show with me on A Taste of Country.
If I get a chance, I certainly will, but just this time I didn't have the time. I was just in and out, and it's a kind of a fast turnaround. Didn't have much time.
Okay, so Brendan Quinn. Brendan, where do you come from?
Well, I come from a place called Magherafelt, which is up in South Derry in Northern Ireland, and I started in the music business when I was a kid, actually playing on a Ceilidh band.
Really, a Ceilidh band? Now, how old was that when you started?
Well, I was 15, and the band was called the Malagadores Ceilidh Band, and I played guitar and sang a few songs, and that's how I started. And then a couple of years later, a few local guys at home formed a little show band in the very early 60s. We called ourselves the Breakaways.
I was just born in the 60s, 67, that's when I was born.
Well, we had the band on the road before you were even a twinkle in your mother's eye. No, it's a long time ago, Lucia. I've been at the game now about 40-odd years, 45 years. And I have to say, it's been a roller coaster ride. I wouldn't change anything. And right now, I have a new album out, and things are kind of beginning to look up for me, and kind of a resurgence of my career, because I'm getting real good reviews with this album and stuff, and it's good, it's nice. I'm enjoying myself again.
The name of the album is, Brendan, because I play it on my shows and it's been requested and there's great reviews on it, and I think it's a great album myself.
Well, thank you. It's called Gotta Get to You, and it's kind of a mixture of modern country and country standards, and it's got great reviews and selling very well, and it's just brought me back again from to a bit more popularity than it was.
Well, that's very good, Brendan. And you know what? If it's requested on shows, it's great. We've got listeners all over the world. We've got listeners in obviously Ireland, England, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, America, you name it. We've got listeners because we're an internet radio station.
That's right, and I suppose with being on the internet, you can catch everybody, and it's really fantastic. I get emails from all over the world myself, because the world is so small now with the internet, and it seems to be, just instant. You get something out in New Zealand and it's available in Ireland, and the world is a small place now with the internet.
Brendan, do you play an instrument? You do, but tell the listeners about it. And you joined a band, I believe, later on. Yeah,
well, when we formed the band in the 60s, we were just young kids, all young kids, 16, 17 years of age. And the Breakaways lasted for about 4 or 5 years. Then as the years went on, towards the end of the 60s, I began to get really interested in country music, whereas the boys in the band were more or less into pop stuff. But I saw, they're like a Merle Haggard and Buck Owens at that time, and I thought, this is the way to go.
Were they good inspirations for you?
They were indeed, and I went down to Dublin, me and 3 or 4 guys out of the band, and we recorded 4 songs way back in about 1969. And one of them was the Chris Christopherson song called Help Me Make It Through the Night. And that was the song that more or less got my first video play way back. And then I got a song called It's 4 in the Morning in 1971, and that was a big hit record for me.
I'd say all our listeners know that song. It's 4 in the morning, and maybe I should play that now on my show when I do this interview.
Yeah, well, you have it's on one of my CDs there. That was a big song for me. Went to number 1 in the Irish charts, and more or less got my career started. And I formed a band then at that point. I left the Breakaways and formed my own country band. The Breakaways were a show band, meaning they had brass and all, but I wanted a country band with steel guitar and fiddle and a kind of a country lineup. And we formed the Bluebirds in 1976, and we flew high for years and years. It was great. We toured all over America, Canada, I went to New Zealand, just toured the world. And then in the late 90s, I kind of got fed up with the road. I'd done it for a long time, and I just packed it in, really. I didn't do anything for about 5 years.
You had a break for 5 years. It's a tough old life out on the road. People don't really realise it. They see you perform, but there's a lot more to it, isn't there, Brendan?
Well, the 2 hours on the stage is the easy part, Lucia. It's getting there. Like, where we live, logistically, we're up in the north, and most of our gigs were in the south. So if you go to Killarney, like, you're looking at 8 or 9 hour drive at that in those days. Of course, the roads are in better condition now, but in those days, you know, it was tough, and you wouldn't be in this game unless you really loved it, you know, because the travelling is hectic. But you do it because you love it, and I do love the music, and even to this day, even though I'm playing mostly solo work, I still enjoy it. I still enjoy performing. I like meeting people, and I'm in a kind of a good place at the minute now. Yeah.
That's it. Well, that's because you have me interviewing you. That's why you're in a good place.
Absolutely. I didn't want to say that, but now that you've mentioned it, I couldn't be better off.
Well, Brendan, tell me, have you got a website, or where can people contact you?
I don't have a website. I'm not really very computer literate. I have a Facebook page that my son Stephen runs for me. So if anybody's on that Facebook thing, just type in Brendan Quinn, and all the information's there, all the photographs, and where you can get my records and all that kind of stuff. To be honest with you, Lucy, I'm, as far as the internet goes, I just about can lift the phone, and that's it.
Well, there you go, folks. Brendan Quinn is on Facebook, and after this interview, you're all going to go on to Brendan Quinn's Facebook and say you've heard his music played on ICMR. And of course, if you want to buy any of his albums, I'm sure they can contact you via Facebook, and Stephen will be able to steer them in the right direction.
Absolutely. I'm taking lessons. Stephen has shown me how to do this, you know, and maybe eventually I will be able to do it myself. But I'm there on the Facebook because that's where you're supposed to be, apparently.
And we'll take a photograph. We'll take a photograph today, and we'll put it up on the website for you as well. Right, and do you write songs? I believe you're a great songwriter.
Well, I write songs, Lucia, for my own pleasure. You know, they're not really commercial songs. They're just songs about, you know, life in general. And I wouldn't call myself a prolific songwriter. I do write the odd song, and I have some on a few albums that I've recorded over the years, but I'm not really prolific. I wouldn't call myself a songwriter now, to be honest with you. I'm more of a singer.
Okay, well, it's great to be a singer, but we'll throw songwriter in there as well. Brendan, even if you're not giving yourself that glory, we will give it to you. And we're here at Trent Park. Trent Park is a great venue. Brendan Morgan is the manager up here, and what's John, I think is the other guy's name, is it? I'll get in trouble now. The manager, he's the assistant manager, and they're great lads.
They are. That's a great venue. You can see the car park here is filling up already. We're on at 6:30, and things are beginning to get hot and heavy. Great venue. I love playing it, and you know, I like Brendan. He's been in the music business a long time, so he knows what he wants, and he knows how musicians work. So it's all good.
It's a golf club, Trent Park Golf Club. It's up here in Southgate, guys. So if anyone is popping by, also they're on Facebook as well.
Are they?
They are indeed.
Everybody's on the net.
Yeah, everyone is poking on Facebook. Brendan, is there anyone that you'd like to say a thank you to, or hello to, or anything?
No, I'd just like to thank anybody that's listening that has bought my records, or that are a fan of me. I just want to say a big thanks to everybody.
Are the ones requesting your...
Or anybody that's requesting songs, just I wish them all the very best, and I appreciate all they've done for me over the years.
That's very good. You can't say no more than that, because they do request your music. And okay, well, we've had a lovely interview. Very short and sweet, Brendan, but it's been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to have an interview with you. And I will play this on Sunday's show, on my live show, even though this is recorded for the show. So a big thank you to
Lucia Butler for having me on, and it's great to be on. And also her son Mihal, he's a great lad. Apparently he's a bit of a brain box, from what I'm told. He's doing very well at school, and away and above all the guys, and he plays the fiddle too.
He does, and the tin whistle.
And the tin whistle, what a talent.
If he had brought, he could have joined you there today.
I would need somebody right now.
Okay, Brendan, and thanks. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you doing an interview with me. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Lucia.
Okay, listeners, now go on to Brendan Quinn's Facebook and just tell him that you've heard his interview and you have heard his music being played on ICMR. Alright guys, until my next show, A Taste of Country, this is Lucia and
Brendan Quinn.
God bless.